Have you ever wondered how malicious code could quietly sneak into a trusted website you visit, potentially stealing your data or impersonating you? This scenario describes the danger of a cross-site scripting attack, commonly known as XSS, which typically unfolds in distinct, sequential stages to achieve its objective. An XSS attack fundamentally involves three main stages: the injection of malicious script, the execution of that script in a victim's browser, and finally, the exploitation of the victim or their data. This progression highlights how an attacker first plants the seed of their attack, then waits for a user to trigger it, and ultimately reaps the illicit rewards. The core mechanism behind an XSS attack lies in the browser's trust of code received from a website. When a web application fails to properly validate or sanitize user input before rendering it back to the browser, an attacker can inject client-side scripts, usually JavaScript. The browser, unaware that this script is malicious, executes it as if it were legitimate code from the trusted website, making it difficult for the victim to detect. To counter these attacks, developers must implement robust input validation, output encoding, and content security policies. Input validation ensures that only expected data formats are accepted, while output encoding converts potentially harmful characters into a safe format before displaying them. A content security policy, or CSP, adds an extra layer of defense by specifying which sources the browser should consider valid for executable scripts. A key insider detail to remember is that XSS attacks often exploit the trust relationship between a user's browser and a legitimate web server. This trust allows the injected script to access sensitive information like session cookies, which could then be sent to the attacker. Attackers might leverage tactics like HTML encoding bypasses or mutation XSS, where browser rendering engines inadvertently execute harmful scripts despite initial sanitization attempts, making comprehensive defense crucial. Ultimately, understanding the injection, execution, and exploitation stages of an XSS attack empowers you to build more secure web applications. By diligently applying input validation, output encoding, and content security policies, you can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim to these pervasive threats, safeguarding both your application and your users' sensitive information.
If this helps you code smarter, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.